Hey, what is up mortals, it is JamesCfer here, and before we get into today's video, there's a few things I'd like to say. Firstly, if you're supporting us on Patreon, thank you so much, it means the world to us. If you would like to support us on Patreon, please go ahead and do so. If you would like to and don't have the money to do so, I understand. There's always liking the video, commenting on the video, and making sure that you're subscribed. That does actually support us quite a bit. Helps us grow and helps other people find our content. If you want to join us on Discord, go to the Discord. Join us, the link is in the description. It'd be awesome if you came and joined us. That's kind of what we want, to build a community. Anime Royalty is launched, and if you'd like to go check that out, go ahead. Link is in the description. So, there's a few things that we're making small changes to in Dragon Ball for this. First thing is, Saiyan tails. They're a slightly stronger gene, which means that they're more dominant and they're not recessive. This means that when they're mixed with human genes, they're far more likely to grow back instead of just getting pulled out once and they're gone. You're also far more likely to be born with one. So, the first change happens in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. Due to the tail gene being much stronger, one day while Goku was training, his tail popped back right through his pants, like usual. Goku doesn't take note of this. He's used to having his tail and quite likes it. His tail has been doing this for years now, and, well, he's just used to having one. Although the tail does actually give a slight power increase, it's barely anything. So due to it being such a small multiplier, we'll make the assumption that by the start of Z, Goku's power level is about 427. As in the original, Gohan is born, Goku has a reunion with his friends when Raditz shows up. Not much changes at this point, except for some minor conversation like Raditz not calling his brother a weakling for having no tail. So, we're picking right back up here. Raditz knees Goku, taking Gohan, and both Goku and Piccolo rush off to fight Raditz, removing their weighted clothing and landing. Then Goku fights Raditz, as Piccolo charges up his special beam cannon. During this fight, Raditz says, "Kakarot, you're so weak. I'm shocked you've managed to survive this long." He then rushes behind Goku, grabbing his tail, and watches as his brother goes limp. "And you couldn't even train your tail? How pathetic." Goku is shocked as he falls to the ground, unable to move, barely able to breathe from his body freezing up. Raditz starts kicking Goku in the ribs as he watches and just laughs. It's at this point that Goku quickly moves out of the way, as all those years ago he'd actually done quite a bit of training on his tail. Gohan quickly says, "Leave my daddy alone," as he headspots right through the space pod and heads right for Raditz's chest, slamming into it, hurting him again like normal. The fight continues with Goku grabbing Raditz's tail, and then it finally ends with Goku grabbing him in a full Nelson. Piccolo finally fires the special beam cannon, and this kills Goku and Raditz. Things continue to play out like normal, as everyone gets ready for the Saiyan attack, with the humans training with Kame and Piccolo and Gohan training on their own. Piccolo still destroys the moon like a normal to stop Gohan from transforming, and at King Kai's, Goku does a lot of training, and he does his trials of course, trying to make King Kai laugh, catching bubbles and hitting Gregory, because yes, Gregory is canon, accept it. While at King Kai's, Goku also works on making his tail even stronger. He doesn't want it to be any sort of weakness for him, so he absolutely completely masters it to the point where there's no paralysis, and when his body gets grabbed, nothing happens from it. He also tries to do that thing where Raditz does, where he wears the tail as a belt. He doesn't actually like doing that too much as it feels just weird. Of course Goku still learns the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb just like normal. From here on the timeline goes pretty much exactly the same. Everyone dies and Goku saves both Krillin and Gohan from Nappa completely humiliating Nappa. I'm sure Nappa would try and grab Goku's tail, and he would probably succeed, but would prove useless as he simply punched in the face before getting hit back. Goku takes care of Nappa pretty much immediately, with Vegeta just blowing him apart once he's paralyzed. Both Goku and Vegeta fight as normal, getting into an intense beam clash, causing Vegeta to get jetted out into orbit. He's angered so much by Goku that he creates a Blutzwave ball. This causes him to change into a giant ape, but not only he does, Goku does as well. Due to the fact that Goku's only become an Ozaru a few times in his life, he hasn't had time to actually control the form. So once his transformation is complete, his gi is completely ripped apart, and he just becomes a feral monkey, letting out a huge roar, and Vegeta just lands on the ground, watching Goku just breaking stuff and destroying stuff like an animal. Vegeta chuckles to himself, "It seems like the monkey in you has finally come out." Hearing Vegeta talk, Goku looks at him, stopping his rampage for a moment. Although he's still out of control, he remembers Vegeta, knowing that he attacked this planet and Goku's going to swat that other monkey. Goku clenches his fist, and his power begins to skyrocket. A red aura appears around him, as subconsciously the Kaioken is activated. Wanting to stop Vegeta, and due to his body knowing it like muscle memory at this point, Goku uses it and flies right at him. The two begin fighting, even though Goku has far more martial arts training. In this form it's just raw strength that matters. Meanwhile, for Vegeta, he's dodging and actually fighting strategically. The fight is kind of like Thanos versus Hulk at this point, with the two just towering over each other and just slamming into each other. Goku might be stronger, but Vegeta, he's just got far more strategy and it's making a massive difference. During the fight, Gohan and Krillin show up, and they just watch. Krillin recognizes the Ozaru form from the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, and urges Gohan not to get close. In this form, Goku has no clue what he's doing. The young boy just idly watches as his father is beaten to a pulp by Vegeta. Slowly his anger rises, until eventually he can watch no more. He pushes off Krillin, and just rushes into the battle, firing a barrage of ki blasts towards Vegeta that distract the prince. And although they cause no damage, Vegeta still is caught slightly off guard by this, so he grabs Gohan and starts to squeeze him, causing a couple of bones to break. The young child screams in pain for his father to help. Goku just looks at the child slowly losing his life and manages to say, "Gohan, Gohan." This makes Gohan smile slightly as Vegeta clenches his fists even more. Vegeta changes his focus back to Goku. The red aura triples in size as Goku power does the same, releasing the Kaioken ×3 throughout his whole body. He flies at Vegeta. He just begins to brutally attack Vegeta, slightly overpowering him at this point. This causes Vegeta to drop Gohan, who is caught by Yajirobe. Goku pins Vegeta down, throwing punch after punch after punch. He goes in for another attack, and Vegeta goes to punch Goku, but the two just stop. Their bodies begin to shrink. Krillin had used a double destructor disc to cut off both tails. As the two go back to normal size, they're severely damaged to the point where Goku can't stand. So like in normal, Vegeta retreats to a space pod, jetting off to Frieza Planet 79 for healing. The Z fighters are picked up and delivered to the hospital where Goku's tail is taken care of and several bones are healed over time. Gohan and Krillin with Bulma go to Namek, with Goku promising to come along right after he's finished healing with the new ship as well. Vegeta's tail has come back. I'd imagine that Vegeta's power level with this tail would be about 25,000, so not too much of a difference. On Namek, Kui and Dodoria are taken care of as normal, with the Namekian villagers being killed off by Vegeta as normal. During the fight with Zarbon, the pretty boy soldier transforms into his beast form and starts to beat down on Vegeta, just like in canon. But this time, Vegeta quickly acts. He creates a Bloodwave ball, launching himself at Zarbon as a giant Ozaru at this point, and completely destroys Zarbon. Zarbon looks in shock as Vegeta just picks him up and crushes him. He sees the fear in Zarbon's eyes, which just makes him smile. "If you're worried about death, Zarbon, don't worry. I'll make it slow." He then continues to squeeze the life out of Zarbon as he just cries out in pain. He listens to hear each bone crack one by one. After realizing that Zarbon's body is finally given out, Vegeta places a hand around his shoulder and just pulls his arm off. He watches as Zarbon just dies. Vegeta then detonates the Bloodwave ball, causing him to basically change back to normal. This is crucial. This means that Vegeta did not get a Zenkai or easy access to Frieza's ship, which made a pretty big difference in the original timeline. Once in his humanoid form, Vegeta sits atop a rock. He's taking a breather. He knows that he needs to heal or else he won't be able to use anything against Frieza. He's just not strong enough. He also knows that he's exhausted due to the Bloodwave ball using up a lot of energy. So he's trying to put together a plan to take down Frieza. Anyway, that's it for this video. This is part 1. If you guys liked it, let me know. I might continue it if you guys quite liked it. And yeah, that's it for this video. Peace out, mortals. Have an amazing day.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.